In this video, we're going to talk about editing network objects. It is part of the editing the network section from ICM basic tutorials. ICM basic network consists of nodes, links, and sub-catchments. Each of the elements has some associated data, and each of the attributes here will also have a data flag associated with it. So you can change the data flag by clicking on this drop-down menu next to this data, and then you can you can review the model data by clicking on this properties tool, and then you can use these property tools to view the data values for each of the model element. And ICM can also allow you to change the geometric data for each model element, like the location of the nodes, the shape of the links, and you can also change the direction of the links. You can add bends to the links, and so on. So first, we're going to talk about how to use flags. As I just mentioned previously, every element of the network has associated like model data, and each of the attributes will also have a data flag associated with it. So now we're going to talk about how to edit the data. So first, we want to create our own defined flags. So we want to click on these files and then go to master database settings and then use user defined flags. As you can see, the user defined flags dialog is opened, and the first several rows are the default selection that ICM provides you. And then I also added the ED from our previous tutorial. So in this tutorial, I think we are going to add this ED data flag, but for now I will just use create another one for this tutorial. So I will create like an XC data flag, and then I will choose a display color, and then I can give it a name called edited by Sharon, and then I can click OK. And then you can see from this drop-down menu, you will have the newly created flags option here. Another tool is this use edit flag icon from your toolbar. So if you enable this use edit flag icon, and then you choose a flag from this drop-down menu, all of the edits you make from now on will have these flags. So for example, if I change the ground level for this node, the data flag for the ground level will be automatically set to be ED. So yeah, it is a really useful tool to use, and then kind of keep track of what changes has been made. So next we're going to talk about moving nodes. We can move individual nodes. So again, I'm going to use this Langley to edit TUT as an example. So first we're going to zoom into this node 4463541. We're going to use this find tool to find this node. So you can click on this find in GeoPlan icon here, and then copy this node into this name section, and then you can click on find. As you can see, the location of the node is zoomed in your GeoPlan. And then we want to add the background layer in the GeoPlan. You can either right click the GeoPlan and then choose GIS layer control and then add your background layer from your tutorials files, maps, and the mapc.shape. Or if you followed my previous tutorials, you should have a layer list mapc created in your model group. And then you can simply drag this layer list to the GeoPlan to get the background layer. Okay, so now we can see that this node is in the wrong location. It should be somewhere along this road here. So we're gonna try to move this node to the correct location. First, we want to click on this Edit Object Geometry icon, and then we want to click on this node, and then we want to drag this node, and then drag this node to the road here. And if you can see, if you go to this node, and then you can see that the X and Y's are changed when you drag your nodes here. So you can see that as you drag the nodes to the different location, the X and Y's also changes. So next we're gonna make sure that the X and Y's are in the correct location. We want to set the X and Y's to be exactly like this. So we're gonna change the X and Y's to this value. So here, here. As you can see, the location of the nodes is changed automatically based on the values that I just entered in the property sheet. And you can also see that the flag for this for this X and Y's attribute will be automatically set up to be ED. If you don't have this enabled, you can also manually change the flag to be ED here. Okay, so next we're going to talk about how to move multiple nodes. First, we want to clear our selection, and then you can click on this clear selection button to clear the selection. And then we want, again, we want to use this find tool to find the correct nodes or like the general location of that area. We want to copy this node ID and then paste it here to find that node. And then you can see that there are like three nodes here. They are located like kind of too far north. We want to move these three nodes down so that they're kind of aligned with this road showing in the background layer. Okay, to do that, we want to first select these three nodes. Again, to select multiple model elements, you can hold the control key and then click on these three nodes to select them. And then we want to move these three nodes south by 40 meters. So we can go to selections and then selection options, and then click on the geographically adjust selection. And then you can see this dialog is displayed, the geographical adjustment of selection. And then we want to change the Y adjustments. So we want to change this field from 0 to 40 to negative 40. It means that we are gonna multiply our current Y value by 1 and then add negative 40 to the value. And then we can click OK. As you can see here, the three nodes is moved to the south by 40 meters. Okay, so next we're going to talk about adding bins to links. Before we go to this adding bins to links, as you can see, there is like some kind of a curve here. We we want to get rid of this weird corner. To do that, we can also click on this Edit Object Geometry and then click on this link, and you can see there is an actual vertex here. So you can click the Alt key on your keyboard and then hold it and then click on this vertex to delete that vertex. As you can see, after you delete that vertex, uh, the bend kind of disappeared, the corner disappeared. Okay, so now we're going to go to this adding bends to links. First, we want to use the find GeoPlan tool to find this link. So we're going to copy this. And then we click on this find tool here. And then copy this. And then click on find. And then we want to modify this link so that it follows the line of the pavement here to make it align with this road. Okay, so similarly, we want to click on this Edit Object Geometry tool, and then we want to click on this link, and then we want to hold the Control key, and then click on this any location in this link twice to add two bends here or two vertices here. And then we can drag this bend to the correct location so that it aligns with the road in the background. Okay, so and then we can click on this property tool to view the property of these links, and you can see the length of the links is no longer accurate. So we want to change this length. To do that, we don't need to manually calculate how long the pipe is after we moved it. We can simply choose this flag selection drop-down list and then choose a D. D stands for default, and then you can see the length is automatically updated. If you use the default as your flag for length, it will automatically calculate the length for you based on the geometry attribute in the GeoPlan. Okay, so next we're going to talk about reversing links. Okay, so first we want to use this find tool to find the link that we want to reverse. So we can click on this and then search for these links. And then it's gonna showing up like this. Like in the example, they have the node ID displayed, so we can kind of try to match that. So I'm going to go to the right click on the GeoPlan, and then go to Properties and Themes. And then in this node row here, I'm going to check this auto label box, and then hit Apply, and then hit OK. Okay, so now we can see the node ID displayed as well. So we can use this property tool to view the property of these pipes. And then we can, as you can see, the pipe is joined in the wrong direction. So to change that, we can go to selection options, and then reverse links. Another way to do it is to simply click on this reverse selected links icon from your toolbar. So whichever works is fine. So if I click on this, as you can see, the US node ID and the DS node ID is changed. So this concludes the training.